Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before we get going, I got some really interesting stuff. A lot of these guys that are watching charts and all, and watching the historical crypto stuff, they're seeing things for XRP imminent. I'm going to show you some of that in the group. Go to daixrp.com to join through the Patreon, or you can click join down here below any of my YouTube videos if you'd rather join through there. Listen to this guy talking about these state-sponsored hackers.
So you ask about like the transparent nature of blockchains. It was literally like this. You talk about Les Miserables. It was Javert and Jean Valjean tracking funds across blockchains over years and different obfuscation techniques. And they're hiding in darknet markets and using mixers and privacy coins. And they were doing everything they could to not get caught. Why? Well, we found out because they were sitting there in New York City and could get arrested, which they ultimately did. North Korea is very different. So they know that the blockchain is transparent, and they're just trying to move funds as fast as they can to off-ramps to use them. And when we are able to work with law enforcement to seize back funds, however much that is, they just see that as the cost of doing business. So I think that's the paradox of crypto. And I think that like it's a little disingenuous, and I've been guilty of this. I've been out there all the time saying like, hey, bad guys should never use crypto because we see every transaction. And that's true, but the reality is they can also move funds faster and in larger amounts. And that's why we have to just get better and better at what we're doing.
Well, if you're like me and you're tired of all this hacker business and you're tired of worrying about it, go to Caleb and Brown, my affiliate partner, and you can go there at xrpwealth589.com. It'll take you right to my sign-up page on Caleb and Brown. You can open an account, have institutional custody, an actual person you can speak with, and necessary liquidity for executing your exit strategy. Okay, Peter Schiff is off to not XRP. He's off to the Bitcoin conference. I've always thought that Peter Schiff is secretly into Bitcoin, and he's found a niche so that he can get views by taking the opposing view. Something's working out for him because he's hopping on a private jet to go to Bitcoin Las Vegas. Look what's going on here. This is T-Boone. By the way, you can go to there. They make all kinds of XRP stuff. His website is, let's see. You just go to @the_TI_project, and then his website's probably listed there. He's making XRP cufflinks here, getting everything ready for Vegas. And look who all of a sudden they're starting to figure it out, folks. When you want, at some point, there's gonna be a shift, and the celebrities are gonna start all of a sudden wanting to show up at places like XRP Las Vegas. I've learned from the events this week that not all blockchains are actually decentralized. A lot of people are telling me that Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only true decentralized networks, which is a complete lie. Always has been. But the U.S. government are going to buy XRP, Sol, and ADA. Give me your thoughts. I gave him my thoughts. I said, hey, Connor, come to XRP Las Vegas this week. It would be epic. And then I DM'd him the same thing, folks. Wouldn't that be something if he showed up on stage? Uphold's ready. We're just days away. XRP Army, are you ready? XRP Vegas this week. Who's ready? Okay, we've got the market's kind of flat right now. Bitcoin has moved a little bit. It's up over 110 again. I'm glad for it because you know what comes next. Look at this. Bullish Trump media plans to raise $3 billion to buy Bitcoin and crypto, marking the biggest political back push yet to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. The day will come when the headline is not Bitcoin and crypto, but XRP and crypto. I believe that day will come. Now, one thing I'll say about, have you noticed how, the Trump family, they put out all the tokens they're buying. Have you ever I find it very interesting that Donald Trump tweets out about XRP, but you don't ever see them publicly saying that they've bought XRP. I'll bet you dimes to donuts that they have bought XRP, but don't put it on the standard spreadsheet. That would go against the Bitcoin PSYOP. Okay, check this out. Ripple's acquisition of Circle boosts XRP usage as crypto quant creator, the potential acquisition of the large stablecoin Circle. XRP gives off the vibe of a league of capital market pros. It's got its flaws, but it's got its flaws. Bitcoin has the flaws. XRP was created to fix them, and did. But there's something undeniably sharp about how it moves. There's a rumor floating around that Ripple might acquire Circle. I don't know if this is true, but if it is, it'd be a very strategic move. With so many investors eager to bet on the future of stablecoins, those who are waiting for Circle's IPO might end up buying XRP instead. Just to be clear, this post isn't sponsored. I don't hold any XRP. They're starting to figure it out, folks. Look at this. I mentioned this in the last video, but this is more detailed. Florida's zero capital gains tax, a game changer for crypto investors. A newly proposed bill in Florida seeks to exempt capital gains taxes on Bitcoin, XRP, and even traditional stock investments. If passed, this would mark the first state-level removal of capital gains taxes on digital assets, a significant departure from federal tax policies. Capital gains tax exemption, state-level tax relief, aimed at attracting crypto investors and businesses to Florida, follows similar crypto-friendly initiatives by other states. Folks, why isn't every state talking about this? All right, you want to hear all you celebrities out there and I know some of you listen, all you celebrities out there who keep being lured by the Bitcoin marketing machine, you haven't been told the truth. XRP is far and away better than Bitcoin, and it's decentralized. And anything you hear to the contrary is a lie. This is Matt Hamilton, who was a developer on both Ethereum and on XRP. He knows. Listen to what he says here. Get educated.
You didn't know this about XRP.
Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency developed, and the vision set out in Satoshi Nakamoto's paper is a very compelling one. Right? And it looks at creating a more sovereign, decentralized financial system and currency, right? XRP was the second cryptocurrency developed. It was developed after Bitcoin, created by Bitcoin developers themselves to solve some of the issues they found with Bitcoin with regards to scalability, energy usage, and features that Bitcoin didn't support, like decentralized exchanges, tokenization, real world assets, that sort of thing, right? So XRP and the XRP ledger offers faster transaction times and a higher scalability. Unlike Bitcoin, it's not inflationary, it's deflationary, and has a fixed supply, right? So it takes a lot of the original concepts of the Bitcoin white paper and actually implements them in a far more pragmatic and realistic way. So that's the kind of,
to be used in real world finance.
The use,
not just to go and find new buyers.
Case for XRP to be similarly a sovereign, decentralized mechanism for payments, similar to Bitcoin, in a way that can be operated outside of banks and the banking system, in a way that can't be censored, or transactions can't be seized, for example, on Bitcoin. So it shares a lot of the same qualities as Bitcoin.
And now you know the truth. Okay, look, Paul Barron, who is coming to XRP Las Vegas. Excuse me. GM, what's your next move? Looks like everybody wants to buy XRP is the next move. And then we've got this, our old buddy, Crypto Man Ran, one of the guys who was very adamant about being anti-Ripple and XRP. For years he's been doing this. Here they're talking about Bitcoin, but when you hear Bitcoin, think XRP and altcoins. Because after Bitcoin does its thing, you know what happens then.
opinion, not financial advice. Bitcoin, yeah, we all know what Bitcoin's going to do. You know, if you follow the global M2 supply, you follow the weekly MACD. Like, oh my God, we know we're off. Me and you know we've been off in the next 90 to 120 days. It's going to be the biggest blow off top you can ever see. And we've got institutional buy pressure, and retail are not even here yet. So yeah, I'm basically gambling the minute from hour to hour, 4-hour candles, 12-hour candles. Maybe you see a $15 million loss, maybe you see a $40 million win, but it's for call. Eventually, I want my position to be fully locked in when we break out.
Well, I'm fully locked in on XRP. Totally locked. Okay, we're going to go in the group, and I'm going to show you some amazing stuff that all these, I mean, they are, let me tell you what, it doesn't happen often, but all of these people that are looking at prices and what they're seeing and all the, you know, bull flag, all the different things, they're all, very rarely do they all get in sync, and basically all of a sudden they're all seeing the same thing. We're going to talk about that in the group. Go to daixrp.com to join the Patreon, or click the join button right below this YouTube or any of my YouTube videos, and you can join through YouTube. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.